Hello, I'm Isabella Vanderlende.
And I'm Nicholas Wimbish.
Coming up on GC 360, Georgia College celebrates its 133rd birthday.
Students display their creativity and products at a farmer's market, an artisan market, and...
Animals could talk, which one would be the nicest?
Which animal would be the nicest?
Yeah.
A dolphin.
That's what I said.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Good answer. You guys have an answer for that one?
Dog.
A dog.
Nice.
Boring.
I'd say a beetle.
Interesting. Some fun talk with GC students on some hot topics. These stories plus more on GC 360. Welcome to GC 360, where news comes full circle. It was a special week for Georgia College and State University. Students and faculty came together to honor the founding of the school that dates back to more than a century ago. There were cupcakes, music, and games on front campus, and GC 360's Gracie Howard was there.
A special celebration for Georgia College and State University this week. A major milestone, the university's 133rd birthday. According to Georgia College's official website, the university was founded on November 8, 1889 as Georgia Normal and Industrial College, acting as a two-year college for women with a focus on teacher training and business skills. Since 1889, GCSU has come a long way in terms of resources, status, and student life, which is a huge achievement worth being celebrated. From 1 p.m. on front campus on Tuesday, the Georgia College Campus Activities Board hosted the annual Charter Day celebration, honoring the anniversary of this historic institution of higher learning. The Charter Day celebration featured music, cupcakes, cornhole, badminton, and a card for students to sign wishing Georgia College a happy birthday. Morgan Tickerhoof, Assistant Director for Student Involvement and Faculty Advisor to the Campus Activities Board, gave some insight as to what Charter Day really means and what activities the event was offering.
Charter Day is essentially the birth of Georgia College. That's why we're also calling it Georgia College's birthday, because we want to celebrate. So it's just the day that Georgia College was founded. So we're really just on front campus because we know everybody's busy, kind of doing a grab and go, like pick up your cupcakes, sign Georgia College's birthday card, and we're going to hang it up in front of Atkinson so everybody can see that it's Georgia College's Charter Day today.
Two members of the Campus Activities Board, Tony Cofield and Chris Roulette, shared their favorite aspect of Charter Day.
Definitely, it was kind of nice just to sign the happy birthday, and who doesn't love cupcakes? Right?
Yeah, I was gonna say cupcakes definitely.
The Charter Day party served as a simple pleasure for many students and was a chance to relax and unwind in between classes and enjoy food, games, and friends. No matter how old Georgia College gets, it will always be honored and celebrated by students and alumni alike, with the Campus Activity Board's Charter Day party being the most recent example of GCSU's school spirit. For GC 360, this is Gracie Howard.
Thanks, Gracie. For my birthday celebration, we turned to an event that honored the creativity of GC students. The Office of Sustainability recently hosted a farmers market where students and small businesses got the chance to display and sell their products. The event encouraged sustainability and a healthy environment. GC 360's Grace Wood reports.
The Office of Sustainability held a farmers market to encourage an eco-friendlier campus.
What's that? It's a plant. No. It's called an obedient.
Students and local businesses had the opportunity to sell their products on front campus.
So I'm here with the Office of Sustainability. We grew some basil that we made into fresh pesto for the event, and we are also selling some of the plants that we propagated up in the greenhouse.
The market not only supported small businesses, but also taught students about mindful shopping.
I guess for small businesses, sustainability is important because you don't want bigger businesses to overtake everything, especially if they don't have as environmental practices, and generally small businesses use more sustainable resources.
Students just starting out their business received advice on how to improve.
Like, people are coming here, like the people who have came back past me so far, they'll be how do I say this? They were telling me you should sell these for more, actually, because they're handmade. Because they were like, when I told them the bag was $45, they're like, $45, you should sell it for $50.
Sustainability is about using the resources we have and not taking more than what's necessary.
It's really just, it's the way that the future is going. We can't keep consuming the way that we have been, especially with, in a place like Milledgeville, where basically the only place you go to shop is Walmart, right? That's like a huge corporation, and it has a really big impact on not just the economy, but also like the environment.
Everyone must collaborate with each other to make our campus a more sustainable environment.
And anytime we have an event, I always try to reach out to Lori and just see like, hey, is there something you could share with the students? I know when we had the Coca-Cola toast, I was like, this is a really good opportunity for us to share our recycling efforts, because they're going to have canned beverages or bottled beverages. So let's show people how to recycle those things on our campus.
Reporting for GC 360, I'm Grace Wood.
It's Ethics Week across the university system of Georgia. Here at Georgia College, there were several events to mark the week, including a Red Cross blood drive where students and other members of the campus community were encouraged to donate blood as a way of giving back to the community. Other activities included a dinner with President Kathy Cox and a bingo tournament. Next on GC 360, Andalusia, the home of the famed author Flannery O'Connor, becomes a National Historic Landmark.
And Morning Grind, a new coffee shop, opens here in Milledgeville. Stay with us.
So they say it's a man's world? See anybody's name on it. While they were out doing their thing, we slowly changed all that. We changed all that. Today, women can do anything men can do. And there's one thing we're even better at.
I grew up in the housing projects of Cleveland. I didn't even know that life could be any better than it was. Education for me has been a way to get away from the agony of what was normal life. I want to be able to impact the community, not just look back on where I came from, but to reach back to where I came from and pull some people up with me. My name is David, and I am your dividend.
I think someone at my friend's school has this thing called autism. My friend's brother's son has autism. My neighbor's son has autism. My son has autism.
Autism is getting closer to home. Today, 1 in 68 children is diagnosed with autism. That's about a 30% increase in 2 years. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
Back, registration for spring 2023 has come and gone. Ask many students here, and they'll tell you that they're glad it's over, as this is a very stressful time, especially when it comes to freshmen. Sophia Ricketts reports.
Every year, first-year students register for classes for the first time in their collegiate career. The new registration experience brings forward many thoughts and emotions for students.
I think it's at least half and half for sure. I think a lot of freshmen are very nervous about it, and just because it's like the new thing, you know? And then I think a lot of are pretty confident.
Every year, first-year students register for classes for the first time in their collegiate career. The new registration experience brings forward many thoughts and emotions for students.
I think it's at least half and half for sure. I think a lot of freshmen are very nervous about it, and just because it's like the new thing, you know? And then I think a lot of are pretty confident.
I was feeling very nervous and unprepared, even though I was as prepared as I could have been.
I've been asking around and nobody can answer any of my questions. I've been able to get a few questions answered by upperclassmen, but I feel like a lot of freshmen are kind of in the dark.
But the biggest registration concern? Wi-Fi connection.
I'm worried that everyone is like getting on it at the same time. It's gonna crash, and then it's just not gonna work, and then I'm gonna have to get like the last schedule, you know, like all the classes that I'm taking that nobody else wanted.
To combat campus Wi-Fi, students are finding alternative locations for registering. Many flock to local coffee shops, restaurants, and other spots around campus.
Well, a bunch of my friends are going to arts and sciences because they are worried about the Wi-Fi crashing.
Me and my roommates are going to Starbucks, and we're waking up at 6 because sometimes the Wi-Fi here is really bad.
No, I would use my phone hotspot.
Regardless of Wi-Fi connection, all students manage to get registered. Some have the schedule of their dreams, and others will just have to try again next semester. For GC 360, I'm Sophia Ricketts.
We take you on a tour of a historic site here at Georgia College that's just been named a national landmark. It's called Andalusia Farm, once owned by famous author Flannery O'Connor.
Hi, my name is Susie Parker. I'm a student docent over here at Andalusia Farms. Andalusia served as the home of the famed American author Flannery O'Connor from 1951 until 1964 of her passing at 39 years old. It was here that Flannery famously wrote and had all 32 of her short stories published. After her passing in 1964, though, the property was eventually entrusted with Georgia College and State University. It is now our proudest achievement to say that we are the nation's newest National Historic Landmark, and on top of that, on March 25th of 2023, we intend to open up our interpretive center and then ultimately return the entirety of the home back to how the O'Connors had it when they were here. There's a ton of stuff that college students can come and enjoy, especially as a Georgia College student. Not only are tours free, but the entirety of the property is free to roam. This is including the front porch, in which we actually leave unlocked for people to come up, have a seat in the rocking chairs, and maybe do like a study session. But even more so than that, we have a nature trail down by the pond, which is about 2 miles long. It is very, very beautiful. And we also have Astor and Mrs. Shortley, our peacock and peahen, who are pretty fun to visit as well. Another really fun thing that a lot of people like to come to Andalusia for is for photography, not only of, photography of the forestry and things like that, but we've had several weddings out here that have had their photos done. But on top of that, this is a wonderful and beautiful place for Georgia College seniors to come and have some of their portraits done, and it's very fitting that it's here on site with Georgia College.
Thank you to GC 360's Jennifer Martin for that report. And now to a story about how the library here at GC is expanding its special collections. Renovation work on that portion of the library began earlier this year, and it's brought in some new additions. Here's GC 360's Grace Wood with the story.
Special Collections closed off their hall and began renovating in May 2022. Supply chain issues caused the project to delay a semester, but it finally was completed this past summer.
Phase 1, which is where we are now, removed all of the public spaces from Special Collections and moved them across the hall.
Special Collections now has the space to archive and store Georgia College's treasures. Their designers are also planning to form an octagon in the hallway, along with a new exhibit.
The rare book room, the reference desk area form half of what will be an octagon. The other half will be in phase 2, and the walls across the hall from us, that will be an exhibit space.
The rare book room contains some of their most unique items, including their collections of maps and Flannery O'Connor manuscripts.
But then the rare book room was actually Dr. Dorman's vision.
Before President Cox, we had Dr. Dorman as the university president, and he wanted a space where we could show off some of the materials that we don't get to show off.
Facilities manager Evan Levitt put together the map collection from when Milledgeville was the capital.
So he wanted to look at it as, what is land, who owns it, who occupies it, who has control of it, and then what happened.
The new space and technology has improved the overall work life of the archivists and the students who work there.
There's a table here next to a computer where students can process and then put things in a finding aid. We've never had that ability before.
Reporting for GC360, I'm Grace Wood.
Still to come, the women's soccer team has been putting in the work this semester.
And we'll have a look at the weather.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
Get caught buzz driving, and you could do some hard time.
Craig, knock it off.
Sorry, Mom. It could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. And that could set you back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Watching GC 360. In sports, the GC women's soccer team wrapped up their regular season last week. The injury-plagued team seems anxious to forget the fall season. GC 360's Hayden Flin tells us why.
The GC women's soccer team did not have the year that they intended. They opened conference play strong, going 3-0, but fell back into a losing drought. The team found themselves at the number 2 seed at the beginning of the season, but inconsistency caused Georgia College to drop down. The Bobcats suffered multiple injuries to a couple of starting players late in the season. Ava Martin, Summer Ligon, and Carter Drake all were banged up for the last few games.
I think in the beginning we met a lot of our goals, and at the end of the season we kind of dropped off. We had a lot of injuries, and that just comes as a part of the season, and it just came at a bad time for us. But overall, I think the season was a great first season for us, and I think that there's always stuff to improve on, so we'll be looking to improve on that stuff in the spring season.
Georgia College finished 6th overall in the Peach Belt Conference, and players are eager to get back out there for the spring season.
The mindset is to definitely just start fresh and move on from, the postseason that wasn't that great for us last year, and we're just going to start fresh and hope to have a different season this upcoming season.
Okay. The GC women's soccer team season came to an unfortunate early ending as they lost in the first round of the Peach Belt Conference tournament to North Georgia. However, this isn't the last we will see of the Lady Bobcats, as they will return for their 2023 spring season, where they will take on a handful of Division I opponents. This is Hayden Flin for GC 360.
Time now for a look at the weather. How's it looking, Jaylon?
For today's weather, we should see some clouds with plenty of rain from afternoon into nights. Temperatures shouldn't go above 66 today and won't drop lower than 65. Showers will continue into tomorrow with 10 to 20 mile per hour winds. The chance for rain will be at 92%, so expect to be lugging around your umbrellas all Friday. Rainfall should be 1/4 of an inch deep with high humidity that day as well. Cloud cover should break and shift to mostly sunny weather as we move into the weekend. The forecast shows highs in the low 70s for Saturday and Sunday before plummeting down to 39 degrees at night. Make sure to dress warm for the following week as winter is coming, with temperatures only going as high as 60 degrees. The weather for next week will be partly cloudy with a chance of scattered showers Tuesday. And nice weather. That's what we recently had when GC celebrated its International Festival. That's when foreign exchange students showcased their culture and traditions. Georgia College has thrown its annual International Fest this fall semester. The purpose of the event was to offer GC students a chance to learn about different cultures from around the world.
I think the International Fest is a great opportunity for international students to come together. I hope that people will learn about one another's cultures and have a greater appreciation and a greater curiosity from about the world outside of Georgia.
GC foreign exchange students from over 30 different nations set up booths at the event. Using posters, games, quizzes, and foreign cuisine, students presented their native countries to the public. Guests were also given passports and encouraged to swing by each table to have them signed in exchange for prizes.
I didn't think that so many people would show up. There's been a lot of people being interested in Sweden in general, and that's super fun to talk about my culture and my traditions. It's nothing like home. I have a whole table for myself. I designed a poster. I set up a Swedish flag.
Huh, okay.
I made a flower crown.
Some students chose to perform on stage, showcasing popular songs and dances from their native countries. Following the success of this event, the GC International Club plans to take their students on a trip to Savannah, Georgia to expose them to more U.S. culture.
Basically, the club is about showing international students here more about Georgia traditions. So we already went to Atlanta to enjoy a little bit more about the activities there. And then the next thing we're going to do is a trip to Savannah. We're going to go there and visit the local stores there and go shopping and everything.
GC's International Fest gave foreign exchange students the opportunity to fully express their cultural identities while educating others. This is Jaylon Brooks reporting for GC360 here at International Fest.
Kellen, thank you for that report, and we apologize for the technical difficulties during the weather. There's a new coffee shop here near campus that everyone's raving about. It's called Morning Grind, and GC360's Kellen reports.
Plain bagel. Everything bagel. Thank you. Yeah, have a good one.
There's a new coffee shop in town as Morning Grind has had operations going for just over a week, and students and locals alike are loving it.
My favorite thing about Morning Grind is probably the different flavors of coffee. I feel like it has such a wide array, so it's really cool to be able to kind of mix it up and try something new.
With this new coffee shop being in such close proximity to the main campus of Georgia College, Morning Grind has turned into a great study spot for students, as well as a convenient place to grab a cup of coffee before, in between, or after class.
I've been coming here for like the past 3 days nonstop, and the atmosphere is nice. It's nice and calm, and I just get my homework done.
The opening of this new coffee shop has also brought employment opportunities to some students at Georgia College.
My favorite thing about working here at Morning Grind is getting to know the people. It's very personable. It's been a great ministry opportunity as well to provide a good place and a safe place for people to come and just gather in fellowship with one another. People to do homework and stuff like that. That's been my favorite thing, and to get to know people who live here in Milledgeville on a more personal level. That's been a lot of fun.
Morning Grind serves more than just coffee. They also have a wide assortment of pastries and breakfast sandwiches to choose from. This is Kellen with GC360.
Coming up next, our reporters asked Georgia College students what's on their minds.
Listen now, can you hear the bluebird
sun, tell him that I've begun to dream of things to come, and tell the trees not to look for me. I'm going to find some peace of mind. Wake the sun, wake the sun, wake the sun, wake the sun.
Welcome back to GC 360. Finally today, what's on your mind?
Or do you have the right answers to some quirky questions? We took cameras around the campus to find out.
Hello, I'm Isabella Vanderlende.
And I'm Marvette.
And this is LB and Bella Talk to the Bobcats.
Would you like to answer a quick question?
No, sorry.
Okay, that's fine. What animal do you think would be the nicest if it could talk?
Bumblebee.
Oh, that's an interesting answer, but I will take it.
Probably a squirrel.
A squirrel. I like that answer. Thanks so much, guys. Now off to find more people, because apparently this campus is deserted on Friday at 12:30.
Yep.
Who knew?
Who knew? I don't know. Just any lion.
A lion.
Oh, wow. Okay, you know what? There you go.
That's for my Leos out there.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
If animals could talk, which one would be the nicest?
Which animal would be the nicest?
Yeah.
A dolphin.
That's what I said.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Good answer. You guys have an answer for that one?
Dog.
A dog.
Basic.
Boring.
I'd say a beetle.
Interesting.
Wow. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Probably a dog. Definitely not a cat.
Word.
Not a cat.
Not a cat. You
Very
got it
adamant
first.
about that one. If animals could talk, what would be the nicest one?
A dolphin.
A dolphin. That's what I said. If animals could talk, what would be the nicest one?
A frog.
A frog. I like that
love
answer.
that one.
If animals could talk, what would be the nicest one?
Probably a giraffe.
A giraffe.
Giraffe. A dog. A dog. A dog.
Dogs. What? Probably a dog. If animals could talk, what would be the nicest one?
What was the question?
If animals could talk, what would be the nicest one?
Oh, dogs, easily.
Thank you.
I think that it's an otter.
I think an otter is a great answer. I would say otter over dog.
A rabbit.
A rabbit. I like that one. If animals could talk, what would be the nicest one?
A cow.
A cow. Thank you, Natalie Heron.
Of course.
Probably like a bunny. A bunny.
would be pretty nice. Yeah.
I like
bunny would
that
be nice.
answer.
Bunny would be
Thank
nice.
you. If animals could talk, what would be the nicest one?
Penguin.
A penguin.
An elephant.
Elephant. These are some interesting answers, and I appreciate it.
You got
Thank
it.
you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Ladybugs.
Ladybugs.
That's, yeah.
Swans.
Swans. Swans are aggressive.
I feel like they're like secretly nice though. They're just misunderstood.
Oh, that's sweet. I like that. Thank you.
Dogs.
Dogs. Adding to the tally.
Probably
A chipmunk. Lovely. Thank
love
you so
it.
much. Animals could talk. What would be the nicest one?
Ooh, like any animal, like under
Any
the
animal.
sea, on the land.
Any animal.
I feel like those little red pandas. They're like cute and like
That's
fluffy
cute.
and small, or maybe a sloth. I like it. Because they move through life slowly, like they're not in a rush, and I like that. You know, I think they'd be chill.
So
and
true.
kind.
That's it for today. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much.
That was a very fun segment to film.
That's it for GC 360 News this week. I am Nicholas Wimbish.
And I'm Isabella Vanderlende. When we are not in the air, we keep you up to date on our social media pages. That's facebook.com/GC360 and at GC360 News for Twitter and Instagram. Always available to you, GC360, where news comes full circle.